Hello everyone, I'm Manic, and I'm back with another double play, like recording one after the other. It's like, yeah, that's what I did. So, yeah, still got the same clothes, but the Scream 5 is like, no, Scream 5 wasn't it. No, it was not it. Scream 5 was not it. It's like they're not even trying anymore. Truly, they I know that in the movie, they get all meta. It's like, oh, they're just doing the IP to get money. They're doing it to get a cash grab. It's like, yeah, that's really does seem like what they're doing, because it really sucks how the movies have just been going downhill just ever since. I see how after the first one, I really like the first one. That maybe it's not going to be as good, but golly, these are not very good. They're really not very good. Um, but let me get into the notes. So so Scream 5. I've been watching all the other Screams, 1 through 4 on Max. So, but for some reason 5 and 6, I guess like Paramount Plus wanted the rights to those, just those two for whatever reason. Let me keep 5 and 6. Those are the really good ones. Like, you can keep it, you can have it. Like, but yeah, it's on Paramount Plus now. This is also another 11 years later after Scream 4. So it's set in 2022. So all the technology and all that stuff. And then we start off with the good old Scream trope of, or I guess horror movie trope. It's the middle of the night and the doors are not locked. Like, or just doors not locked. Of course, doors not locked. Doors are never locked. They're only ever locked when there's a threat that's around. Like, I don't think there's ever been a good enough neighborhood where your doors are not locked. Because even if you have good neighbors and all that stuff, somebody could just walk in. Anybody could come in and just someone could just walk into your door like, hello, like, Mr. Anybody home? And you get folded because you just your main defense, you just left it out. But they don't know this for some reason. And then they're like electronic doors, so it's even worse since the Ghostface are so, I guess, tech savvy. The thing about Ghostface, they're always so tech savvy. It's really weird. But yeah, so he's like automatically unlocks the door, and she tries to lock it again, gets unlocked, lock it again, gets unlocked. And then it's like, so, and then Tara, she gets absolutely folded by Ghostface. He like starts comboing her, breaks her leg, stabs her like 15,000 different times, and then dude waits until the cops come up, then he does like a little last plunging strike. I guess, what did he miss or something? Like, because she survives it. It's like, what were you doing, dude? How'd you mess that up? How did you only not get the kill, but the cops showed up like right when you were leaving? It's like, not like the cops would have done anything. They probably would have missed all their shots or something. But how'd you mess that up? That was absolutely, come on, dude. But yeah, you absolutely messed that up. And then she somehow survives it after getting stabbed 15,000 times. It's like what is she made out of? Will you get stabbed that many times and then you're good and like, oh, we stitched it up. She's good. It's like, how are you good? How are you alive? How'd you tank that? How'd you just eat those? I guess Tara's built different, I guess. And then we see Huey or Richie. I call him. Richie's his actual name. From The Boys, so that was cool seeing him in this movie. And then we see this character Vince. So Vince looks 40. Like, he looks everybody's in high school. Most of the main cast is all in high school. Vince looks like he's 40, dude. He's walking around he had a summer fling with one of the characters. He's over there posted up by his car, like, hey, little kitties, want to hang out with the big dog? Like, it, we're not. Well, he does not look like he belongs there. But he had a summer fling with them. But maybe he's had a growth spurt. He's 18, hopefully, or somewhere around their age, or maybe that character's 18. I don't know. But that guy, I don't know about him. I don't know about him because maybe the police do get people like that, but they don't care about serial killers. But okay. Anyways, so we see Sam. She was also in the scene with Richie, with Huey from the boys. So she comes back. She hears about her sister getting all stabbed and whatnot, eating all the stabs. And then she comes in the hospital room. Then all her friends are in there. But then I just thought it was weird how they all just stood up like they were like doing something wrong, or like oh, the great sis is here. It was just weird. It's just weird that they all stood up. Yeah, I don't know why I made such a big a deal out of that, but yeah. But all right, we skip a little ahead, and then we get to Vince's death. So I'll talk about like all the kills a bit later on, like all together. But so it's crazy how precise. We saw how Tara, he made 15,000 stabs, like, every which way, all around, and then, she survives it and everything. Then when they get the Vince, he sneaks up behind him. Dude's dead. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Maybe it was one of the others have absolute zero aim or just wanted to torture Tara or something, but they absolutely folded Vince. Easy ambush, straight to the neck. He bled out. He's gone. But I don't know what came over them. It's like, I don't know what came over him. And then this is the most annoying part of the movie. How easily the Ghostface get away. In 6 as well, 5 and 6. The Ghostface gets away like scot-free, like so easily. So, this is in the hospital. We see Sam. She's in like in the little hospital break room. But she's in the hospital break room alone. The cops are like outside the door, like at the little check-in counter or whatever on the floor. So she gets attacked by Ghostface. And then she gets it all attacked. But then she calls for the cops to come in. He checks. He sees the back door is open, so I'm guessing Ghostface went out the back door. And then that's it. Nothing else happens. That's the crazy part about it. You're telling me did they not check the cameras in the hospital? Like there's definitely cameras in the hospital. There's no way there's no cameras in the hospital. It's 2022. The movie's set in. There's no way there's no cameras in the hospital. You're telling me did they just not check it, or did they just or what? Like how did he get out of the building? How did he get into the building? Like they should have been able to tell, unless he came into the building dressed up, walked all the way through the building without being seen by anybody or anything. Got to Sam, attacked her, ran all the way out the building, fully cloaked. Then okay, that doesn't make sense. There's no way he would have gotten past everybody. But okay. Or what makes more sense? He walked in, changed his clothes, and then attacked. Maybe ran away, changed out, and left. So they would see him or see somebody walking in, and then changing their clothes. So they should know at least have some type of idea who it is. But it's like they don't check the cameras or anything. They like nothing comes about of that. Nothing comes from that. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They don't mention it. They don't mention like any investigative work that they've done about it. It's actually ridiculous. And then we see with Sam, they keep bringing up like she's Billy Loomis's daughter and all that stuff, and they're trying to act like being a serial killer is like hereditary and all that stuff, trying to make her like she's the serial killer. You better be careful around her. She's the serial killer's daughter, so that means she's gonna kill people too. I mean, I see like if other people were saying that, but and then she's like believing it herself. Like I know she's going through like a mental thing for that, but it's like it's just dumb. Like it's not making any sense. But okay. Oh my goodness. And my next note. Guess who comes back? Dewey do absolutely nothing. He comes back in the movie, of course. You gotta bring back Dewey. Oh, Dewey. I despise Dewey. I don't like seeing him on my screen unless he's getting knocked out or something. Actually, I don't even like seeing him getting knocked out because then I have to talk about how incompetent he was because he should have been knocked out in the first place. But Dewey comes back, and then okay. So Sam and Richie, they come to Dewey for advice because they're being attacked by Ghostface. He knows a lot about Ghostface, and then they're like, "We want 5 minutes to talk and like to give advice because me and my sister were attacked by Ghostface, and I'm also Billy Loomis's daughter, so you want to talk to me." And then he's like, "I'll give you 2 minutes," and like I don't want to miss my show, Dewey. Even like at least his tips were okay. It was pretty much like watch the Stab movies and you should know what's gonna happen. But the fact that he was like, I don't think I should help, Dewey. So in the movies they make Dewey seem to be like he helps whenever it's necessary. I know he went through the breakup and he gets divorced with Gail. Oh yeah, he gets divorced with Gail and all that stuff. Who cares? I hope he has a bad life. But that's a bit much. But yeah, so he's like all down in the dumps and all that stuff. But like Dewey, come on, like you were a sheriff. You were the sheriff, but you're like, I'm not gonna help. I'll give you 2 minutes to give you some advice and I'll get out of my house. He does come around later after Sid's like, you're gonna help him, right? Like you're because she still thinks he's a sheriff. Like you're gonna help. So when you're helping them, it's like. So he does come back and help after he's convinced to do it, but help. Dewey isn't gonna help, but anyways. My next note. So yeah, with how often these killings happen, like I don't know why they're not putting out like public service announcements, like because they moved on from Sid, like just public service announcements where they're like, watch the Stab movies, watch every single one of them because at some point you're gonna be chased by a ghost face, and the only way to get out of it is to have watched the Stab movies, and then you know exactly what's gonna happen. You know who's gonna get killed and when, and then you'll be able to protect yourself. It's crazy how like predictable the ghost face are, but they still get away with so many kills. It's actually crazy. All right, and then so Dewey starts calling up all the OG characters like it's like they're the Avengers or something. He's like, he calls up Sid, you got to be careful. Ghostface is coming. Like, hey, get over here. Well, he says to stay and all that stuff. Gail, Ghostface is coming. And he told himself, Dewey, it's like, it's crazy that they even have to be called. It's like, they're pretty much like the Ghostface kill force or whatever. It's like, because the cops aren't going to stop him. I'm pretty sure the cops haven't stopped a single Ghostface. Has it been Sid every single time? I think it has been. I think Sid has been the only person to ever stop Ghostface so far. Yeah, I don't think. Maybe some people. I think Dewey maybe shot one of them, and then he had the bulletproof vest. But I'm pretty sure she is the only one to have ever stopped a Ghostface. She stopped every single one of them. No wonder they treat her like an Avenger. She pretty much is one. But okay. In my next note, about Dewey. I put Dewey better be useful in this movie. He has been a part of the sheriff's office for years now, so since the sheriff's office was like a debuff for him, or at least I thought so for the third movie. It isn't. Dewey just sucks. So, or actually, it still could be because he was part of the sheriff's in the last movie. So, right, wasn't he? Yeah, he was part of the sheriff's in the last movie. So his debuff, his police debuff shouldn't apply. There's no more excuses for Dewey. If he sucks in this movie, it's because Dewey sucks, and like no more excuses for it. No, I don't even like trying to even give excuses for him because he doesn't deserve any. Okay, and then after that, they all like talk to they have the little talk with or well, I guess Dewey has to talk with Gale and Sid, and then he leaves. And then can y'all hear that police siren? I don't know. Then he leaves, but then somehow he ends up at the house where they all meet up at the same time as Sam and what's his name? Sam and Richie somehow. It's like how did he end up like he stood there like calling Sid and Gale, but somehow ended up at the house at the same time as them when they left from the same place? Like what did they stop to get ice cream? Like what took them so long? Like well, I get maybe they were calling everybody up or something, but then they could have just already been at that. I don't know. Nah, who cares? But all right, my next note. It's like this happens in like what is it with this siren? I don't know if y'all can hear that. I don't know, maybe it's the scream cops. They're coming to get me. They're probably walk in the room, don't even see me, walk out. Okay, that wasn't a great one, but so my next note. So they're all in the room. They start talking to each other like one of y'all are the killer. It's one of you. It's got to be one of you. It's always one of the people in the fan group because it's like it's a requel and blah blah blah. It's like they are so quick. You would think because they're friends that some of them would be like we've known each other for years. Like they would never do that. I would never suspect you. I could never picture them doing it. Or they're so quick to accuse each other. Like even with all the other movies with the other friend groups, they're always like, "You're probably the killer." You know, it's probably you. What you did was super suspicious. How long have these guys been friends for? How do they not think like they never think like my friend would never do this. They're like, you're a suspect. Everybody's a suspect. Like it's like they've known each other for like 1 week and like they made a friend group in 1 week and they barely know each other. It's like they don't even think twice about accusing each other. Like they do that in the other movies too. Like they're like, "Oh, you're probably one of the killers. It's unsafe to be around you." Like they should have known each other for a while and to like feel safe with one another, but I guess they don't know each other good enough or something. Oof. Next note. So I make my first guess about 45 minutes in. My first guess is the girl twin or Mindy. So my first guess is Mindy and Wes. So both of those they're wrong, completely wrong. So why did I think it? I guess I thought it was Wes because maybe they like try to be so not intimidating that it's probably him. And for Mindy, she knew like everything about the horror movie, so I thought maybe they'd choose her or something. But both of those were wrong. Okay, so then we go back to Judy's house, Judy and Wes's house. So, by the way, Wes is Judy's son, and we see. So I'm not sure if this is a thing in real life or not, but Judy's just using the police car for her personal use. Like I thought you see in the movies, they're like sometimes they drive it around. Like they leave it at their house. I'm not sure if officers actually do that or not. I thought they like turned it in to like the department and like they park it there. They drive their own car there, turn it in, switch out with the police car, drive that around while on shift, switch it back out. Maybe they don't. But then she's over there using the police van to like shop for groceries. It's like there's no way they're allowed to do that, right? right? They're just allowed to use it for like just personal use like that. But maybe it's different. Yeah, maybe it's different, especially since there's like 5 people on the police force. So actually, I guess it kind of makes sense. Like we only ever see like 5 cops at a time, but maybe they just let them keep it like, because if there's any trouble, like you're gonna have to have the police car anyway. So I guess it does make sense or something. And then we also see Wes, or well, Ghostface calls Judy, and then she has to hurry back home before she gets groceries. Wes is in the shower and all that stuff. And by the way, he's like showering with the curtains open, like because he's into voyeurism or something. I don't know. Like, bro, close the curtains. Like, you can't be like showing off your goods like that. Like, close the curtains, man. And then it's like, okay, this is what I was talking about with the ghost. On to my next note. This is what I was talking about with the ghost face earlier. The ghost face in this movie have been so bold with their kills. Like, they've been hardly stealthy at all. So, like none of them have been stealthy. So the first one, Tara. So Tara, by the time he finishes, the police are right outside. So they know he's been killing or know she's been attacked. And then, by the time he finishes attacking her. And Vince, he's over there revving the engine, turning the lights on, like being all loud with the car and all that stuff. And then he kills him. So that was also pretty loud. And then Sam, just, it's in the middle of the hospital, of course, like super bold. It's like just pretty much out in the open. Like he should have been caught or something like that. Nothing comes of that. Judy, she gets killed in broad daylight right in front of her house. In the middle, really in the middle of the day. Broad daylight. Stabbed and killed. And it's like, these guys are not being stealthy. Like, how are they not getting caught? Like, these guys are the worst at their job. Not a single one of these have been stealthy at all. The closest has been Tara. Like, they've been barely stealthy at all. Like, they're so cocky and it's ridiculous. Like, I see why. We've seen through all the movies how incompetent the police are. So I see why they're so cocky, and they've been getting away with it. So they have a right to be, I guess. But all right, my next note. So, yeah, I'm not sure why they. So we get to the crime scene after Sam pops up for the crime scene to see her friend. She got attacked. Gail also pops up. Dewey pops up. So they let Dewey in. I can kind of see why they let Dewey in, because he used to be the sheriff. Okay, but then they stop Sam, but they let Gail in. The reporter. Like, why are they letting her inside of the crime scene? They should not be letting her in the crime scene just because she wanted to talk to Dewey. She could talk to him from outside the tape. Why are y'all letting her in? Like, I know they were like letting her in and all that stuff during, like, was that the third movie? Yeah, during the fourth movie. Yeah, during the fourth movie, they were like letting her all in and all that stuff because sheriff's wives and all that. They got no reason to let her in anymore. Like, they're not even married anymore. Like, but they want to turn Sam away because she wanted to see her friend that was attacked. But all right, and then and this is when we find out that they asked Dewey to retire. I thought that was so funny. Like, not only he didn't decide on his own, they asked this man. They asked Dewey to retire. It's like in a town full of such incompetent police officers, they all said, this guy, Dewey, no, he's on a different level. He's in a whole nother league of incompetence. Who let this man be sheriff? Like, you know what? We need to get Judy up here. Like, she kind of got she's kind of got moves. But Dewey, who let this man in? He's been training us. We've been looking to this guy for guidance. If we don't get this man out of this position, like, oh my goodness. Even, like, how can you be the most incompetent person in a group of incompetent people? Like, you have to. Dude's another beast. He's truly. What's the opposite of a legend? Infamous, something like that. Infamously dumb. That's what Dewey is. All right. And then my next note, I put, are there like 5 officers in this town or something? Because we see Sam. She sees the dude that was guarding, or supposed to be guarding her sister Sam, or her sister Tara, in the hospital. She sees him there, and she's like, "Who's guarding Sam? There can't be any. Why is nobody guarding Sam?" It's like, what? Is there for real like only 6 or 5 police officers? Because the fact that she even thinks that nobody's guarding him because that one dude that was assigned to her left, there must mean there's like no officers or something. We see later that there is an officer there. He gets folded, of course, because they're cannon fodder, but it's. Yeah, there can't be like more than 10. There's absolutely nowhere there's more than 10 officers because there's no way she would she would be worried about her sister not being protected because that one guy left. Like, they couldn't be switching out shifts or anything. No, if that guy's not there, nobody's there. Like, ugh. And not only that, I'm guessing maybe the officer did it or something, but I wouldn't be surprised the officer did it. Like, he was about to leave. He's like, opens up her door like, "Hey, by the way, I'm gonna be leaving, so you're gonna be here like, Charles. He's gonna be watching you. By the way, he's gonna be watching you." Oh, sorry, I almost closed the door. Like, my bad. I know you want the door open because you might get killed by a serial killer or anything. So that's what. Why is the door open? Why is the door open? Oh, why is my door open? Like, why is it open? Like, come on. Yeah, in my next note, in the same note, I put, I'm surprised there aren't more killings on that aren't related to Ghostface, because, like, how is this place not like Gotham? Because these Ghostface get away with a lot before they're caught, and they're not even caught by the police. They're never caught by the police. They're always caught by like a vigilante. They're caught by Sid. It seemed like just like in. It's like, why are there not more serial killers? Why don't serial killers just like come vacation there? Like, y'all, you don't have to put on the Ghostface mask. You can probably like just walk up and just like kill somebody in broad daylight, walk around. Don't even wear masks. Like, truly, don't even worry about it because you're not going to get caught. Truly, you'll be absolutely fine. These guys couldn't catch like, oh my goodness. Like, they couldn't catch a guy that's like already locked up in a prison cell. Like, they could not. And then we see the Ghostface. This is still at the hospital with Tara. He shuts off the power to I'm guessing the entire floor. I'm hoping it's not the entire building, because if it's the entire building, okay. Well, I'm gonna say my thing first for the floor. So anybody who's on life support on that floor is dead. They're all screwed. That's like plus 10 kills or whatever. If that turned off the power for the entire hospital, he's killed so many people with like turning off the life support. Like, how did he even do that? Where did he go? Where he somehow snuck into there, or I guess that was Amber. Somehow snuck into there and was able to turn off the power and got away. Was there only one officer in the entire building? I wouldn't be surprised if there was. Yeah. And then my next note, I put, has an officer ever put up a fight against the Ghostface? Because, they got the guard, of course. Like, because Tara rolling out and then, see the guard's already dead. I'm like, I don't think they ever put up a fight, like, once. I don't think a single officer has put up a fight against Ghostface at all, like ever, like ever is actually ridiculous. And then we see, okay, my next note, we see Sam. She gets called by Ghostface. He was like, "Oh, you better choose. Who do you want to die? Your boyfriend or your sister?" He's like, "You're running out of time." Blah 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 blah. And Sam's stalling. Sam's stalling on the phone. And then by the time like they're about to get to the top of the elevator's about to open. She's like, "Oh, or maybe I'm stalling for time." She is so lucky that they were actually in the hallway, or that Ghostface was actually standing in the hallway. Because if he was in the room with her or anything, he would have just stabbed her, and she would have, or killed both of them actually, and they would have both been dead. Like, she didn't know where they were. She was so lucky that they were in the hallway. It's like she really just gave away the entire plan and said, like, she bet everything on them being in the hallway for whatever reason. Like, not only just in the hall, like right in front of them. They could have been around the corner. They could have been. My goodness, like this movie's so frustrating, really. And of course, we see Dewey. When Dewey has a gun, nobody's getting shot. He missed every shot. Maybe he hit one. Oh yeah, after they get in the fight, he hits like 2 or 3 shots. Surprisingly, but before they leave, or try to escape and all that stuff, Dewey's talking about you have to shoot him in the head to finish it, and then Sam is like, who cares? Who cares if you shoot him in the head? Like, let's just get out of here. What are you talking about? Who cares? You act like the Ghostface is not gonna come back and get you. Like, he's gonna come back. He won't stop until he's dead. Oh my goodness. You should care. You should want him to do that. You should. I know he's putting himself in danger, but you should want him to do that or something. Oh. But then we see like a pretty great moment for me. I'm all the Dewey supporters, like, if he has supporters, sure isn't me. What was that? Oh, Ghostface out to get. Did y'all hear that? I don't know if you ever hear that. I think my trash can or something got knocked over. Bro, Ghostface is here? But my doors are locked. Okay. Yeah, I think it was like a raccoon or something. That was actually scary. All right. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Dewey dies. So that's great. We see Dewey goes down. But it's like, I know I say so many bad things about Dewey because he sucks. He's the worst. I'm actually going to kind of miss him, even though I'm going to miss making fun of him. I'm going to miss how useless he is because he's so useless. It's actually funny. Like, I'm really going to miss it. I'm actually going to miss it. But yeah. But anyways, but right at that moment, I was really happy. Okay, my next note. So I make my first guess for the movie, for the killers. Oh, actually, this is my second one. My next one is Richie, so I got that one right. And then Chad was my other guess, but no, it wasn't Chad, of course. In Scream 6, like, I'll talk about Chad. In Scream 6. I'll talk about Chad in Scream 6, but in this movie he doesn't really do much. But Yeah, that was my guess. I made that about an hour and 11 minutes in. Okay, my next note. They're like so what's her name? Tara. She needs her inhaler. They forgot it at the hospital, but actually Richie took it. But then they think, oh, there's like 3 places we can go get it. Back at the hospital, at her friend Amber's house, or get a prescription, and go to like a CVS and get it. But I'm guessing they can't get a prescription. But they think it's a smarter move to go to Amber's house than to go back to the hospital. You would think that. I know that they were attacked at the hospital twice, but Amber's house seems like even more of a death trap, because at least like if they're on the ground floor or whatever, or they could have just like waited outside and have like, can one of y'all give me an inhaler, like, and come back out, and then get out of there. But the thing with Amber's house, there's not a lot of people, or other than the house party that's going on. But there's no guards over there. There's no police officer over there. There's just them. I feel like they were both like bad options, but I feel like the hospital might have been just a tiny bit better. All right, my next note. And then we see Chad. So I guess I talked about him a little bit. He falls for the old find my location trap. So one of the Ghostface like cloned whatever the other girl's name's phone. After like he was like, I'm not gonna go upstairs with you. I know you wanna get freaky or whatever, but you might be the killer. And then she's like, okay then, and storms off. But then he follows the Ghostface clones her thing, and follows the find my location. He gets jumped and all that stuff, but what happens to him? He gets stabbed a little bit or something? Probably. Yeah, he gets stabbed in the leg, but he survives it and all that. Yeah, then, like, the Ghostface, he, like, busts out of the shed. He somehow got in there? Yeah, I guess you just in the shed. I guess they both must have been there. One was just hiding in the shed, busted out, stabbed him. Of course, didn't kill him, because I don't know what was it with them, and like they only go for the killing blows on some people, but yeah. And then we get to the the finale with then Amber pulls out a gun. Like come on, that's cheating. Like, is she just pulling out a gun, shooting people? It's like, come on, that's not the Ghostface way. Maybe like a gun, like maybe shoot a one, like just to intimidate. But you can't. Come on, just shooting people in the head. Come on, that's not a Ghostface way. That's you're going against the Ghostface code. Ghostface use knives. They use knives in like the environment. That's what they use. But all right, switch it up a little bit. Okay. And then Amber, she's like, I don't know, she's been in AIM labs, unlike Dewey. She's getting all the, we see like Amber, she tries to pretend like, oh, I'm all hurt and stuff, and Sydney and Gail like, oh, it's a trap, blah blah blah. And then Amber gets the shot off, like quick draw McGraw, like absolutely folds Gail, and Sid misses, like because she hasn't been training. And like, I don't think Amber missed a single shot that entire movie, unless like when Tara like moved her arm or anything. But golly, she was accurate. She was absolutely accurate this movie. Yeah, and then we get to the reasoning for the killers. I mentioned in the last video how dumb the reasoning is. So they're like, they didn't like the new Stab movies, so they wanted to make it themselves, because they said they were like, wasn't being they weren't thinking about the original fans, like it was so dumb. It was such a dumb reasoning for them to, like, because they wanted it to be the new movie. It was so dumb, absolutely dumb. And then the crazy part, like, and then Amber and Richie, they're both the killers. You talking about how they met on Reddit is like, that's even worse. It's like, my goodness, like, oh, it was such a dumb ending. Their reasoning is so dumb. The newer stab movies aren't good, so we're gonna make one ourselves by killing people. They need to think about all the original fans. Absolutely dumb. So, and then my next note, we see Tara. She was tied up at the beginning, but Sam let her out. She untied her, cut her out of her bindings and all that stuff. So Tara, her arm's probably hurt too, but her leg doesn't work. So she only has one leg. She only has one opportunity to get an ambush, and take somebody down. Take down Amber. You know what she does? She gets her crutch. And she uses that. It's like, you would think if you're going to have one opportunity to get an ambush, because if you get into a fight with Amber, you're gonna lose. You got one leg, and not only you got one leg, you're way smaller than her. You're gonna lose. So it's either win on that ambush or lose. She uses the crutch. She doesn't grab like a knife. I'm sure there was a knife around. I'm sure she could have grabbed a knife or something, or anything like more damaging than a crutch. It's like, a crutch is plastic. Like, find like something metal or something. Like, that's really what you choose. I know she had to use it to move around, but like, once you get to your position, drop it, grab the other thing, go all out. It's like, man. Yeah, so last note, like, this is my least favorite movie so far. Like, by far. Like, I didn't realize how many notes I made about this until I started talking. I'm just trying to get lightheaded because, my goodness, I've been talking a lot. But yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 10. It's really wasn't very good at all. Like, it's fine. Like, it's a fine slasher movie. Is just, like they said, they made a Ghostface movie to make a Ghostface movie. It's not wasn't very good. But yeah, that's about it. I gave it a 6 out of 10. My least favorite so far. But yeah, we have there's one more movie for my review, and then I'm gonna be moving on to reviewing something else, because I'm getting a little sick of these Ghostface movies because of how they're just so disappointing. Especially how can you? I'll talk about this in Scream 6 once I end off my review. But bye bye.